Hello and welcome to the Wilder Lincolnshire podcast from the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust. I'm Melvin Pryor, out and about today with a babbling stream in the background because we're finding out about the Lincolnshire Chalk Streams Project. Will Bartle's with me. Hi, Will.
Hiya, how you doing?
I'm very well. One of the hottest days in June to come out and about, so I'm glad of the shade at the moment.
Yeah, we're under the trees at the minute, so we're okay, but it is boiling.
It is. I don't think it'll be long before we're actually in the water. And you do actually do some work in the water, which we'll get onto in a moment. But first of all, what's the project all about?
So the project's been going for 20 years this year, so it's a partnership project, and we're all about looking after our incredibly rare chalk stream habitats that we've got in Lincolnshire.
The project itself covers quite an area because we are fortunate in Lincolnshire to have several chalk streams.
Yeah, it's a big area that we cover, so we're all the way from the Humber down to Horncastle. So it's we are very lucky in Lincolnshire. We've got a large number of chalk streams. Yeah.
But these are a rare habitat when you look at it nationally.
Yeah, I mean, globally, they are an incredibly rare type of habitat. It's all to do with the unique geology that we've got in the Wolds. So the chalk geology that goes from Yorkshire down through Lincolnshire and into Norfolk, and then cuts southwest and down to the south coast and then into France. But globally, we've got most of them in England. So yeah, incredibly rare habitat.
So what makes a chalk stream? I'm looking down at the water at the moment. It's not white and chalky.
No, so the water's got to be fed from the chalk. So the rain falls on the chalk wolds, it gets filtered through the chalk, and when it hits the harder bedrock, it gets forced out as springs, and it gives the water these slightly alkaline characteristics. But those geological conditions are incredibly rare globally.
So that's from where the water starts then, rather than necessarily being chalk under the water here now?
That's right, yeah. So the chalk has to be close enough to the surface to have an impact on that rainfall filtering through. Because chalk's a soft rock, many parts of the world it's been worn away or it's been covered by another geological layer. So yeah, geologically very unique.
I tell you what, I just want to leap in at the moment, to be honest with you. But when we're looking at something like this, it's actually quite fast flowing, isn't it?
It is at this point, yeah. So they do react quite a lot to rainfall. So it gets the aquifer, which is the chalk, holds the water, it gets filtered through. So normally the aquifer gets recharged in the winter, and then we get the higher flows after that. So yeah, big changes depending on rainfall.
We're at the sort of curve in the water here at the moment. And by the way, what is this? Is it a stream? Is it a river? What is it?
Yeah, so we're on Waithbeck at the minute. So this is one of our chalk streams. Yeah.
Excellent. And it's coming around the bend here, and that sort of increases the speed, which sometimes you have to do artificially a bit, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. So a natural river will have lots of meanders and bends, and this creates lots of little microhabitats. So as it goes round a bend, it carves out the outside of the river, creating deeper sections on the outside of the bend. So we get a large variety of different speeds on the inside and outside. We get deeper sections which are cooler, which then it's better for fish and things on days like today. So a real variety of different flow rates and habitat is what we're after.
So you identify where the chalk streams are. What is the work of the project? What sort of things are you doing?
Well, it's a variety of different work. So sometimes we're doing big restoration projects. So we're actually re-meandering straightened rivers to recreate those sort of natural processes. We do a lot of education work. We want to be teaching the next generation all about our fabulous chalk streams in Lincolnshire. And we're doing things like, today we're out with volunteers helping to maintain the rivers, but they also do a good job of monitoring our rivers for water quality and looking at invasive species, so things like Himalayan balsam, things like that we're helping to tackle as well.
Now, in the water itself, in the stream, what sort of things actually thrive in a chalk stream?
Well, they're normally crystal clear, so they've been filtered through the chalk. They give us these really clean attributes to the water. So we get a large variety of invertebrate life. We get plant life such as water crowfoot, which we'll see today. And the crowfoot, for example, prefers those slightly alkaline conditions. And if we've got the plant life right, then we've got the invertebrates. and we've got the fish. And so the fish, we associate things like brown trout with chalk streams. And then we've got the fish, then we've got otters and kingfishers and herons and everything else. It works up the food chain, as it were. So, yeah.
It creates quite an environment, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If we get it right and we've got the diversity of habitat, there's loads of different things that rely on these waterways.
Quite shallow here at the moment. So am I going to see brown trout?
You might do. I've seen
Really?
brown trout here whizzing
Here?
by. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I've seen them here before.
Now, if you were doing a bit of pond dipping, which we might do a little bit later on, what might we find in the water then?
So when we're doing the stream dipping, we're looking at the invertebrate life. So these are our insects, and they are really good indicator species of how healthy the water is. So we do have volunteers on different sites monitoring these numbers. If they drop out, we know that something's probably gone wrong with the river, and we can sort of deal with that and escalate it if we need to.
What could that be? Pollution?
Yeah, if we get a pollution incident, the invertebrates will vanish first. So they're a really good sort of early warning system that something might have happened in the river.
Yeah, and when you're looking at something like this, very, very peaceful here, you've got to remember that this water could have travelled quite a distance to get here, couldn't it?
Well, this is the problem as well. If we do have a pollution incident, it can flow all the way down the river and have a really sort of devastating impact on the whole river. So trying to catch those problems early is really important.
Now, the work that's going on today with the volunteers, you've set them some tasks. They're getting in the shade when they possibly can as well. But what sort of work are they actually doing today?
So it's our practical volunteer day today. So we're looking at maintaining this site. So we've worked here before as a restoration project a few years ago. And the idea is that the volunteer group helps to support landowners to maintain the restoration project. So what we're trying to do today is we want a real good balance between light and shade getting to the chalk stream. If we don't get enough light in, then we don't get the plant life in the river. But if it's completely exposed, it gets too hot and it starts heating up and it's not good for fish. So today we're trying to keep the balance of vegetation on the bankside in check. So we've got light coming in, but not too much.
You mentioned landowners, and a lot of these chalk streams are on private land, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, as we all know in Lincolnshire, it's a very big agricultural county, importantly. So we work a lot with landowners and farmers and private residences to work on the chalk streams.
Now, it is a partnership project, so worth mentioning that, and it's just been featured in the most recent Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust magazine. So it's a whole host of partners getting together, isn't it?
It is, and it's very important for our work. So we've got 14 partners, including the Wildlife Trust, but they support our work, and we can't deliver the work on such a vast area without help from other organisations and landowners and local people and volunteers and anyone who wants to get involved. So yeah, it's a real team effort.
And where do your volunteers come from?
All over the place, all around Lincolnshire. Yeah, they've travelled from near and far. Today we've got them from Louth and Grimsby and further south a bit, Woodall. So yeah, it's really nice that people take the effort out of their day to come and help us out.
And just before we meet the volunteers, how long have you been working on the project, and what sort of changes have you seen and been able to assist with?
Well, I've been working on the project for nearly 12 years now. So I think over time, we've done some fantastic restoration projects. And I think as we've grown and the word gets out, we've had really good sort of partnership projects with organisations, but as well as landowners coming on board, which is really important.
Excellent. Well, we'll go and see what the volunteers are getting up to. Hopefully, I'll find some in the shade.
Hopefully, yeah, they're looking after themselves today, yeah.
We're catching up now with some of the volunteers who are out and about here on the Chalk Streams Project. Hello, who are you?
I'm Tom.
Tom, it's a hot old day today.
Certainly is.
How did you get involved with the Chalk Streams Project?
Well, I've always been interested in wildlife and got into taking photographs of wildlife quite a bit. And I was coming towards retiring, so I thought I'd better get doing something that improves the situation for wildlife, and volunteered for chalk streams about 7 or 8 years ago, and I've been doing it regularly ever since.
And do you feel you're making a difference?
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see the difference that we've made. This is one we do regularly, and I mean, it would be like they are over that side.
Oh yeah, really tall trees,
tall trees,
and even the undergrowth is quite tall there. So what are you actually cutting out today?
We're taking out the willow, which is self-seeded and growing up, and that grows very fast. So it does. If it's left to grow, it will completely shade the stream.
Yeah, and you've got this situation here where you've got the habitat the other side is actually shadowing across the stream.
Yeah.
Same this side. Unless you look carefully, you wouldn't know the stream was there, would you?
No, this is the south side, of course, so it's getting most of the sun on this side, and consequently it's more important we get this side cleared to get the best sunlight into the stream.
Well, you carry on with your work. I don't want to hold you up in this hot weather. We'll carry on, and we'll try and meet some of the other volunteers. I think if we carry on just down here a little bit, if you can follow along the way, we'll get down to see where some of the habitat has been taken out here, and get down to where Will is again. We were seeing some of the work going on here. So willow, that could be quite invasive, can it?
Well, it's not really that it's invasive. It's a native species. It's just we're just trying to get this balance, and because willow grows so fast, if we cut it down one year, it's back again with a vengeance next year. So it's just creating this balance of light and shade. So we're trying to poke a few holes in, really. So we've got some trees, and then we've got a gap, and then we've got some trees and a gap, just to get that balance right.
We tend to think of the wildlife and the nature in the stream itself, but also it's a great habitat alongside the stream, isn't it, for other animals and wildlife?
Yeah, absolutely. The bankside habitat can be really sort of essential habitat, especially for things like water voles and things like that, where they've got a bit of cover as well. And we've got to remember as well that the bankside vegetation is really holding that soil together. So when we're getting rain events, we don't want all the bankside soil rushing into the stream. So it's doing a good job as well.
Let me catch up with another one of the volunteers down here. Don't like to interrupt your work.
Right.
Who are you?
I'm Tony.
Tony, what are you up to?
I'm just creating a gap between these two bushes by taking out the willow.
Yeah, it's grown so... I mean, it looks quite fresh, doesn't it? So it's grown really quickly.
Yeah, this looks like it might have been left from last time we did it, actually, because this has grown quite tall.
Yeah. And what made you get involved with the Chalk Streams Project?
I've always wanted to do stuff like this. In fact, I did used to take days off just to come and help Will.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you took days off work to come here and do this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I think I was in the first group that Will actually set up.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
when we did the headwaters of the River Raise.
And did you know much about chalk streams before that?
No. I didn't even know they were there, to be quite honest. Yeah. No.
And what do you think now? Now you're part of this, do you feel it's sort of a bigger thing that you're keeping these alive?
Yeah, I think there's more people becoming aware of them, let's put it that way.
Yeah. Look, we're sweating a bit today because it's a hot old day to be out.
Yeah.
I'll let you do a bit and then I'll let you get in the shade.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good to see you. Well done. So we're finding out about the Chalk Streams Project, and we've got people cutting back some of the willow on the side of the stream here. We've also got people in the water as well. Hello, sir, who are you?
Oh, name's Mike.
Mike, one of the volunteers.
That's right, yes.
How long have you been volunteering?
2-3 years.
And why did you decide to volunteer with the Chalk Streams Project?
Because it's a beautiful place to come to, and it's a scarce, rare habitat that needs looking after.
And are you generally into wildlife and nature?
Yes, I would say so, yes.
Yeah.
And certainly being out in it, yes.
Well, you're in it
Well,
literally today. You're up to your ankles in it, certainly.
Rather deep around the corner. Sort of waist deep around the corner.
And in the years that you've been involved with it then, over the past couple of years, does this have more water in it in the winter months and that sort of thing? What tends to happen?
Well, it gradually filters through the chalk and
Yep.
comes out of the stream, and obviously there's a delay. So if we get a lot of rain, it can be a few weeks or months before it actually filters through and fills up the rivers. But yes, it varies from summer to winter.
And your work today, what are you getting involved with apart from keeping your legs cool?
Mainly keeping cool, but also cutting back the willow that's overgrowing the bank.
Yeah.
To let the light in, basically, and to stop it obstructing the flow of the river.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier on, it's actually quite a fast flow today, isn't it?
Well, about as normal, really.
Yeah.
If anything, it seems a little bit low today. But,
Is it? Yeah.
But it's...
It's probably the heat.
Oh, maybe so.
Heat and the bugs. Plenty of bugs around. You carry on doing what you're doing in the stream there. I'm just going to work my way around here to meet more volunteers who are working on the project. And I think this is a newbie. We've got a newbie. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Michael.
Michael, first day as a volunteer.
Yeah, we've picked a cracking day, haven't we?
You picked a cracking day. It's probably one of the warmest day, if not the hottest day, for June, certainly.
We're both finding out, most definitely.
We are indeed. So what are you doing? What's your first task as a volunteer?
My first task today is to chop this foliage back that's on this curve in the stream. I'm going to put it in a big pile there, and somebody else will dispose of that. That's beyond doubt.
You'll do your bit.
We'll
You'll do your bit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fabulous here, though, isn't it? When you look down into the stream itself, it's absolutely gorgeous, and you can see what a difference you'll be making.
Indeed, hopefully, if we can get some sunlight on this river here and get the aquatic life happy.
Yeah.
A little bit of sunlight we're having,
What's made you become a volunteer?
My lead into this was I did a walk during the Wolds Festival a couple of months ago, and one of the walks was led by the Chalk Stream Association or team, and they just said they had some volunteer days coming up, so I thought, I can spare a day on that, spare a day too, so hopefully it's a worthwhile project.
Well, I'm sure it is. I'll let you carry on, do a little bit more. I don't think it'll be a long day today.
No, I think we'll be fading in an hour or so, but we'll give it his best shot.
You carry on. Lovely to see you. Well done. Good to see you. So, Will, we've met some of the volunteers working hard in the sunshine today. You did mention a plant earlier on, and I can see some in the stream here behind us.
Yeah, so the dark green plant we can see actually in the stream is water crowfoot, and that is kind of synonymous with chalk streams. They like those slightly alkaline conditions, they need a reasonable flow, but they're brilliant because it's really good food for the invertebrates. So we tend to find loads of invertebrates in it. It also helps to sort of diversify the flow. So either side it's speeding up as the channel's narrowed, cleans the gravels, which is then really good for fish spawning. So yeah, we like water crowfoot.
Now, I mentioned as part of your 20th anniversary, you're featured in the latest Lapwings magazine from the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust.
Oh, yeah.
I also noticed in the magazine the discovery of a new animal. Now, I got very excited by this. Tell me what this animal is.
Well, this very exciting animal is the crystal moss animal.
Okay.
And you'd imagine it being 6 foot tall and furry, but it's very tiny indeed. But it's a very important filter feeder. So it used to be very common throughout the country. It used to be always recorded at one of our very rare blowwell sites up at Far Ings. Since we got the funding to have a look for it, we couldn't find it. So that was
That's typical.
That is typical. So my colleague Sarah Teasel has been out and about across the country looking for it. We've been working with the Deep and Nottingham University. So we have found it again in the county, which is brilliant.
Right.
Nottingham University have been sequencing the DNA, and we're hoping that the Deep will be able to breed it, and then we can hopefully translocate it to various other points in the county again where it should be, and we'd have a nice population of crystal moss animal again.
Would it survive here, do you think, in the stream?
Yeah, it should do. Yeah, it likes flowing water because it's a filter feeder. So yeah, the chalk streams and the spring sites at the blowwells should be ideal habitat for it.
Now, I got very excited because I saw the photograph in the magazine, and then I read underneath it said, this is the view under a microscope.
Yes, unfortunately it's very tiny, this one, but we're still excited about it.
Yeah.
We need to look after these little guys.
And they tend to form little groups, little clumps,
Yeah, they form
don't they?
sort of populations.
Yes.
So in large numbers you should be able to see them with the naked eye in the water, but individually tiny little wonderful little creatures doing their job very well.
Well, if you're a member of the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust, you'll get your magazine through. If you're not, worth getting involved with the organisation to make sure you get all the latest information. Just coming back to the chalk stream here, volunteers, are you always looking for volunteers and more helpers?
Yeah, we're always looking for help. Yeah, so our volunteers are doing a brilliant job doing practical work today, but they're also doing lots of monitoring, waterfall monitoring and invertebrate monitoring. So yeah, we need all the help we can get. Thank you. Get in touch.
Has that been useful, actually? Things like water voles, have you discovered where there are reasonable populations and where they're in decline, for example?
Yeah, so water voles, we've got a reasonably good population in Lincolnshire. We're quite lucky that we can see them now and again, but the numbers have been absolutely devastated by American mink. So there's been a big push in the county to try and reduce American mink, which is working. So our volunteers have been trained up this year, and we're hoping that we're going to see an increase in numbers of signs of them on the rivers.
So again, when you're out monitoring the rivers and the streams, you'd be looking out for signs of the American mink as well, would you, to highlight that?
Yeah, absolutely. We're looking for invasive species as well. So we see those, we tend to report it to Wildlife Trust or Environment Agency. So it's important that everyone's recording this kind of information. You can get apps on your phone that you can take pictures of things. Sometimes it's the common species that suddenly disappear. So it's good to record all things, all the species, but everyone can get involved with that, definitely.
And am I right in thinking, might you get things like crayfish and things in the streams as well?
Yeah, so we've got one native freshwater crayfish, the white-clawed crayfish, and they should be quite happy in our chalk streams. But unfortunately, we've got an invasive crayfish called the signal crayfish, which was brought over from America.
So American crayfish, American whatever.
American mink, yeah.
American
I know
mink.
we don't
What's
want
going
them.
on?
I know, stop. But yeah, unfortunately, once the American signal crayfish get into a river, they can carry a disease that wipes out our native ones. But they're okay. So yeah, we've got to be really careful as staff going between different rivers that we're cleaning our waders, so we're not carrying disease or eggs or seeds or anything between different habitats.
Well, I'm sure we've whet people's appetite in more ways than one, talking about the Chalk Streams Project. Go online to find out more details. And that's just about it for a very warm, dare I say hot, Wilder Lincolnshire podcast from the Lincolnshire Wildlife Trust.